My name is Jen Brull. I'm from Plainville, Kansas. I own my own practice, Prairie Star Family Practice, that's part of a larger group called Post-Rock Family Medicine, and I have been an e-MDs user since 2008. I do practice in a rural community, and we went with an EHR after what I would consider to be a very long search. When I moved to Plainville a year after I graduated from residency, I started talking to the folks that were there about collaborating on a project to purchase an EHR. And at the time that we purchased our EHR, there were no regional extension centers, there was no CCHIT, and so there wasn't a really good way to evaluate current EHR vendors. So we started with an enormous list, set some big criteria like our database has to include both billing, scheduling, and chart information, and it has to fit within a price range that we could afford, and narrowed from there, did some site visits, and ultimately chose e-MDs. So as we transitioned from paper to electronic, we didn't have an option not to see the same number of patients. So we did. We did not lose any patient volume. We didn't lose any staff over the transition, which was really nice because we have great staff. And we found that our revenues never dropped. So we never had that period that people talk about where you implement an EHR and the floor goes out. In fact, my practice management trends show that every year since adopting e-MDs, we have increased our revenues. So it's been a positive thing for us. I think our patients just accept it for what it is. I think, amazingly, as rural as we are, people there are not tech worried. And so for them, it seems weird that other people don't have electronic health records. I think we worried a little bit at first about our older generation of patients and how they might take this, but they have been some of the most engaged patients I have. You know, the fastest growing population on Facebook is like women in their 60s, and those happen to be a lot of my patients. So they're not worried, they're not scared of Patient Portal. In fact, they're some of my best communicators through Patient Portal. Technology is cool to them, not scary or strange. I'm really passionate around quality improvement. It is probably the thing in my practice that makes me the happiest and makes me get up every day. And although we could do some very limited quality improvement things when we were on paper, the exponential growth of what we can do in my office around quality improvement since we transitioned to an electronic health record is amazing. As an e-MDs user, I feel like I have gotten great value for the money I have put into the product. I'm not going to say it's cheap. I'm not going to say I didn't get grumpy sometimes when that bill came on the annual dues, but I never considered not paying it because I feel like all of the things that e-MDs lets me do in my practice, particularly around quality improvement, have made that worth paying every year. This year, all the group practices submitted application to become a Level 3 NCQA recognized patient-centered medical home. There is no way that we could have done that without a robust electronic health record. And that's just one example in my very recent past of how e-MDs has truly made a difference in my practice of medicine.